But it seems like we're already getting ready now for our second game. Is Ramen going to be able to equalize the set, or can Valdemar build up on his lead? We'll see in just a couple of seconds, as it sounds like we're jumping into it right away. And there it is. It is indeed going to be Scandinavia. We get Valdemar playing as the Abbasid Dynasty, Ramen as the English here. All right, docs already coming in from both of our players here right now.
So I don't know how many of these Scandinavia games you have actually seen, because I tried to get on some of those, and of course everyone has their match history closed because we don't want to give strats away, guys. But as far as I could see it, the Abbasid, they have to play in a very specific way here, that your opponent obviously wants to go on your pool, because you're vulnerable. Your age-up will be very late compared to theirs if they're playing their cards right. So you basically only go 3 fishing boats, but you go both ponds.
Yeah, you can go both pawns, and you do want to get that fast age up in Valdemar. He is heavily investing in his age up. It actually looks like, yeah, no, Valdemar doesn't even have a dock. So his idea, or his strategy, is very likely just going to be that fast feudal age with the military wing, and then just trying to get that ram and deny Ramen's expansion on the water.
Yeah, this is very Kawasana-esque, I like it.
On the other hand side, Ramen, he's also not too heavily investing into water. He's only got 4 villagers on wood. Now even switching more over to food from the looks of it. So he also kind of wants to rush up his age up now as soon as possible. Military wing is going to be on the way now for Valdemar. And he is walling in his dock. Okay, that's going to buy him at least... It's not going to buy him a lot of time against the ram. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect the ram to be the issue, and now Valdemar sees it. Do you actually spend the time to block this with your scout, or do you just carry on?
You don't right now, not while there's still like area to scout, right? So in that time, you don't need to block it. And you already know that it's only going to be like 2 hits from your ram in order to get past that palisade wall. It's not like a significant delay here at all.
Unless there's going to be pathing issues.
Could be. We'll have to see. But yeah, wall is at least going to get finished up here. I'm wondering, like, Ramen must anticipate that there's going to be a ram coming in. So the wall isn't really going to help him. Is he going to potentially try and defend that with a ship, like with an attack ship, if the age-up comes in time? Like, the wall might buy him just enough time to potentially get, like, an archer ship in. And if he gets an archer ship in, then there isn't really a lot that Valdemar can do in theory if there's like minimal amount of military from Ramen to keep being active on the to keep being active there on the shoreline. But no, Valdemar is now also going to be adding in his own dock. So even if there is going to be an attack ship out from Ramen, Valdemar will have the tools that he needs in order to keep up with that. Council now being rushed up by 6 villagers, but the military wing is pretty much complete now. It's going to be a good timing, just about the 4-minute mark here when that military wing comes in.
So Ramen's options here with the Council Hall, there's no free king, so he actually has to invest heavily in the wood for the longbows to make a difference here. Can he go for Valdemar's base here and just sacrifice his fishing, because the fishing is about to get hit. How many fishing boats does English have out right now? We've got only the 3.
Only a 3, yeah. So it's a 3 village advantage. I guess at least by now the fishing ships probably mostly have paid off for themselves, and the dock as well. So it's not too bad just downright losing it. I think at this point in time, like, you could think about just going on the other side, but at the same time, Valdemar is actually moving with the majority of his military to the other side, or along the other side-ish. Completely. Like, if you scout this, and you see that Valdemar's army is just going straight through middle, maybe you just pull a villager and just dock the other side.
Yeah, I'm liking the Council Hall then, because if Valdemar is just going to go for the base, the Council Hall is going to be a great defense. Usually you want like 2 archers to counter their 2 archers, and the longbows obviously being the better ones. Ramen not losing a fishing boat here, good micro there, and we've got Valdemar's military wing units moving in. Council Hall though, already active.
Yeah, so longbows are definitely going to be able to defend this base here against the little push from Valdemar. Well, one of the fishing ships looks like moved out a little bit too far there. He's going to get picked off. And now, what are Valdemar's options here? He's gonna, it looks like he wants to move over to the other side of the water there. Maybe get a dock up there himself. Yeah, there's a dock blueprint going up there right now. Scout is getting taken down though. That's gonna be a hit to the vision. Valdemar gets his second military ship out on the eastern waterfront. I think in this position, Ramen could try and double down on that water by just dropping a dock further away from the fish in the middle, just in order to try and get military ships out so they can't get sniped early on.
Yeah, so far only investment in 3 longbows. They're making their way across. These could potentially cause some trouble because Valdemar does not have military to answer the 3 longbows, and there's going to be more. Okay, he's just doubling down on longbows so far. No water congestion.
But Valdemar, he's making horsemen now. This is going to be tough now for Ramen. If he doesn't have enough longbows, like you need 5-ish longbows, I want to say, in order to really still be able to deal with a horseman with enough micro. I think, like, if you have 4, you're going to lose most of them. 3, it's going to be pretty tough. I think with 3, you just lose all of your longbows there.
Yeah. Can we get Ramen's perspective real quick? Does he know how much fishing is going on? Does he know anything about the stable? So really, no, he doesn't.
I mean, there isn't much fishing going on. It's just now the 2 fishing ships there from Valdemar.
Yes.
And more horsemen going to be in queue now. Up to 7 archers. It's not quite the crucial number that he needs here. And looks like Ramen is going to be expanding onto water on the other side of on the other side there as well now. Horsemen are going to be able to clean up all of the longbows here. Paling's trying to come out. He's going to fall back with the rest. Oh, not enough longbows here out on the front. What's the plan now going to be from Ramen? Is he going to invest into a barracks, try and keep his longbow safe if he wants to push out? He's going to go down soon. It looks like Valdemar didn't actually finish up the dock on the western pond there. Okay, he's placing the blueprint again. Now a villager is coming out.
And this one is going forward, so maybe he might be placing one down further down just for the vision, possibly?
Could certainly be more longbows coming in for Ramen. Up to 10 now. 10 is a pretty good number at this point in the game. He's already got double products, had it for a while now. Valdemar's just now researching it. I think with like 12, 13 longbows, I think you can just move out. Like the +1 damage that the longbows do this early on in the game as well. It's probably enough to take the horseman down. Dock now going up for Valdemar, so he's going to be on a total of 3 docks here.
Ramen does have a galley in queue somewhere, so he's going to try to fight Valdemar on the water. Must be this one. Yeah, it's going straight up, but I think Valdemar's dock might already be up by the time he arrives.
Yeah, it should be. Scout is also going down. Yeah, dock literally just finished. And Villager is going to huddle back to safety behind this. Up to 14 longbows now. That's a really good number. And Valdemar, is he actually trying to go full fast castle age? That's a lot of villagers that he just pulled over to gold. If Ramen just suddenly appears with like 20 longbows, Valdemar is going to be forced to reinvest into horsemen. It's going to be awkward for him because he might actually lose some villagers there if Ramen just pushes out right now. Still looks like he's just content sitting inside of his base. He's still adding more longbows. This is the time where he needs to do something, I feel like.
Ramen, though, is investing heavily in the water. Never mind, there he cancels the demo ship. He just had in queue, and Valdemar scouts out all the longbows sitting at home, so he's not too worried right now. And I guess he's just going to double down on their castle age.
That's gonna be rough because behind us, Valdemar, he's been adding in a lot of ships now. He's up to 7 fishing ships at this point in time. His water economy is gonna be looking quite good. Also now going for the deer in the middle of the map. That's a lot of wood income for Ramen. Lots of villagers on wood right there.
This feels so greedy, but Ramen does currently not have a scout, so
and he's not moving out at all. Onto the other deer as well. He's really just trying to vacuum up all the resource on the map and going up to castle age behind this. Ramen's not even close to clicking up right now, but he's just sitting in his base. He might be completely missing out on the timing that he kind of like got himself there with the amount of longbows that he invested into. Now farms coming in. I don't know. This does not look good. Valdemar also going for another dock on the western side, so a little bit further back, might want to reinvest into military ships there as well in order to take control or at least harass that dock side again. I'm not sure if Ramen doesn't know just how much economy Valdemar has gotten through those fishing ships so far, but he is very far behind right now in this current situation if he doesn't move out very soon.
Yeah, it's looking very rough. I was going to ask you, when do you think is the critical moment where it's no longer really recoverable for the English with the free Abbasid fishing? But I think we're already there.
Yeah, we're just about there right now. Ramen's also only like with 2 villagers on gold. He's not getting any blacksmith upgrades in. He's now getting wheelbarrow in. This feels like a macro build, but it doesn't work because your opponent has fishing. Your opponent's also going to have major advantages on other sides with the tech advantage and the eco advantage. Not looking good at all right now for Ramen. He doesn't quite know it yet. He's got a lot of his archers just like protecting his gold, but the gold isn't really that valuable to him right now. Like you can just have 2 of the longbows if you really want to have the palings there just to protect yourself. Just 2 would be enough to at least buy you enough time to pull the villagers back. And then you can use all the rest of your longbows in order to find damage there. That's not likely gonna be happening though. Looks like he remade the scout at the very least.
I mean, this very defensive style that he's currently showing. If he had a second town center running behind all of this, I would say, sure, go for it. This can still work, even though Abbasid is essentially on 5 town centers with all the docks they made.
Yeah.
But like this, I'm very worried for him.
Yeah, scout might actually go down again. And yeah, we can see, like, the longbows, they actually do enough damage here to completely take down those horsemen. If only Ramen just went out, now he's not going to be in a position to be able to punish this greedy age-up that's coming in from Valdemar. Scout also going down once again here. And now, age-up has been reached. Ramen on his 2nd farm cluster. Meanwhile, Valdemar, he's just completely content getting the resources off the map there. Fishing with the fishing ships there on the eastern side, and also just soaking, getting in all of that deer meat.
Yeah. Ramen did boom pretty heavily on the southern, or rather southwestern lake. So he's almost up there to Valdemar's eco count, almost taking it over now. But Valdemar being 1 age up, having that golden age also zooming away. Ramen desperately trying to get to castle age at this point, it seems. So this might have been a little bit of an investment into those farms there. Well, we'll see if he can make it to castle age, because right now he's not producing. 22 longbows ready to defend, but the knights are coming out. And we also still have some horsemen on the field.
Crossbows now from Valdemar, maybe a little bit early. There aren't any armored units yet for Ramen at all. I feel like right now if Ramen just makes spearmen, he's kind of fine. And we do actually see like the economy count kind of like dip towards Ramen now with the expansion that he had over on water on the western side. It's a little bit slower, right? So the timing is a little bit skewed there. Ramen needs the White Tower. I'm not sure if he knows though. He might be going for the King's Palace. I hope it's going to be the White Tower. If it's the White Tower, then he might still have a shot there in this game.
I mean, I think he's very much aware what's knocking at his door right now. Placement though, I'm not a fan. I feel like you put that on the farms and near the gold.
Yeah, it's going to protect
part of the wood line.
The wood line. It's going to protect the houses. Housing is an important factor.
Don't I know that? I live in Germany.
Ram's now coming in for Valdemar as well. He doesn't quite have enough units, I want to say, for that. Right now, like the longbows are still able to do good damage, at least to the horsemen. The knights already have a lot of armor. The horsemen aren't upgraded yet, so these are still few late horsemen. Now at least the keep has come in. Ramen needs to fall back all the way to the keep. Once they have the keep, like do most of the damage here. 20 villagers inside the keep being able to do a lot of damage to those knights. Look at that. Knight's now very, very weak on the HP. And Ramen behind that, he has enough gold in order to go for the veterancy upgrade. But Valdemar is starting to pick up those relics immediately. And he's gonna probably get like most of the relics here. There's a total of 4 relics on this map, I want to say. At least I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm seeing like with the one that he's already collected 4 relics. No, never mind. There's a 5th one. There's a 5th one next to the walls. It's also yellow there. So that might be... If Ramen gets 2, he's gonna be fine. If he only gets 1, then it's definitely suboptimal. He's floating a lot of resource right now that he could potentially put into some things. He's going for tier 2 wood. All right, so he wants to probably make more longbows, but he's got no longbows in queue. Might want to reuse his resource rather sooner than later because Valdemar right now is just fully producing units.
Yeah, we really need an answer to those 10 knights that are running around the map currently, and there's gonna be more too. We've got the first crossbows in queue for Ramen. So what's the front line gonna be? We have that dive, and the longbows really don't do a whole lot to these knights currently.
Yeah, another issue is that Ramen this is his blacksmith, like his first blacksmith going up right now. He hasn't gotten any blacksmith upgrades yet, so these longbows, they're doing 7 damage. Meanwhile, +2 armor is gonna finish now, so now the longbows only do a single damage per hit, per shot against the knights.
And these are the veteran longbows already, so they should really be hurting these knights. They're not.
Missing out on like double the damage there. Definitely not feeling too good there from Ramen right now. Overall, still in a solid position, but Valdemar, he's getting a lot of stone now behind this. Might be looking for a keep drop, potentially on the large gold mines. Maybe wants to go for a Sacred Side victory behind that. He can definitely set himself up for that. 4 relics already gathered up for him now at this point in the game. And it might very well be 5, because I don't think Ramen is going to invest into a monk now at this point in the game. Doesn't have a monastery, I think, as well. No. He's got a lot of food in the bank. Like a lot. A lot of food.
He was investing heavily in that fishing, and then he has 2 full sets of farms behind that. Yeah, he needs an outlet for all of that food he's got. So what do you think is the best choice for him right now?
He doesn't have a lot of gold access, so it definitely needs to be middle arms. But he went out with very slow units in a situation where he definitely shouldn't. Look at that, Valdemar, it's not going to be a defensive or like an opportunity keep on one of the gold mines or the sacred sites. No, it's going to be a forward keep, and Valdemar, he wants to end this game quickly. Lots of villagers getting pulled forward here. Keep is surely soon to be dropped, and there we go, keep drop in the base of Ramen is going to be coming in right now. Longbow still kiting, crossbow still kiting, but a lot of the military units there have gone down. Fighting under the white tower there.
Farms are now exposed as well. The archers are moving in on that, and the keep is gonna go up, and that's no gold for Ramen.
Yeah, I mean, there's still gold like in the back of Ramen's base, but he doesn't have anything on there right now in general. He's just starved for gold. Look at that, 2,400 food in the back for him right now. No gold at all, no units in production, and GG is getting called. Valdemar is going to be able to take a clean lead here so far in the set, and oh my god, they switched over too soon. We're taking a seat there. All right, next time we're just going to stay sitting.
There's some chairs here, you know?
Yeah, they're very comfy. There's chairs in front of us and during... anyways, let's talk about the game, because... all right. It was another, like, weird one, I want to say, for the most part. Like, Scandinavia is kind of, like, one of those maps. I feel like we have the same issue here. Like, look, we take a look here, and we see that... Wait,
Ramen's
is that the right state?
Is that,
that's the wrong state. That's from the last game.
That says something about China and Delhi. Guys, get it together, please.
Yeah, that's not the correct stats, but I'm going to guarantee you that if we take a look at the stats, I mean...
It's going to look very similar.
Yeah, I can forgive that we flip those around, because in the end, it's the same story. There we go. There's a clearly big military lead for Ramen when he invested into all of those longbows, and then he didn't do anything with them. And that's kind of like how the story goes as well. By the way, the military value lead there, it's a little bit skewed, because longbows or archer units in general at the moment, they're kind of bugged when it comes to the military value. So they only count for pretty much half of their value, like only the food part is going to get counted. So in theory, the military lead there for Ramen was way bigger than it's being portrayed here. And he didn't use those longbows. And I think that was like the big thing that kind of led to him having a really hard time in that game.